Welcome to our channel Sigma Cars, and today we are actually bringing you another 2023 nice vehicle that's going to be in the market. Is a 2023 Mercedes EQS SUV. This is an all-new, all-electric large SUV with a lot of seating for up to 7 passengers. And we expect that this vehicle will be a little bit pricey. I think this price starts at about 90,000, and with all the other options and charges and taxes, just be ready to spend up to 100 or a little bit above $100,000 for this vehicle. And so for the 2023 EQS SUV, there will be two variants, and this vehicle will be launched in the fall of 2022 for 2023. That's going to be the EQS rear-wheel drive 450 SUV and the EQS 580 4MATIC SUV with an all-wheel drive. These two vehicles share the same dedicated electric vehicle platform with the EQS sedan. And so what are some of the external features of this vehicle? It looks like the GLS class, basically. However, unlike the GLS, the EQS makes a lot of concessions and is aerodynamically more efficient. It is a few inches shorter than the GLS, it's about 4 inches lower than the GLS, nearly 3 inches narrower, it's well sculpted and sleek both visibly and under the back. That is why it's more efficient aerodynamically. In front of the vehicle, like the GLS has the usual grille, but for the EQS, and at the 450 or the 580, there is a black panel that actually houses things like cameras, ultrasound sensors, and radar equipment. The door handles on the sides are flush with the body. The rear doors and back of the SUV is very simple and clean. It comes with 20-inch or 21-inch alloy wheels, and these actually add to the aerodynamics of the vehicle and makes it perform better than the GLS. So how does the EQS 2023 EQS SUV really drive? Well, the EQS 450 SUV has about 355 horsepower and a substantial 419 pound-feet of torque. It's a rear-wheel drive, and this makes it very, very entertaining when driving. And why is this so? Because this vehicle comes with a floor-mounted battery. And not only that, it has an adaptive air suspension, and so this helps keep the vehicle or the center of the gravity as low as possible and makes for easy driving. Now for the 580 EQS 4MATIC SUV, this comes with a lot more muscle, and it has an all-wheel drive, and this helps with maximum grip and traction. The 580 4MATIC SUV has two electric motors, and it generates about 536 horsepower, 633 pound-feet of torque. Both models also have the off-road feature, so you can actually raise the ride a little higher. And not only that, they are both rear-wheel drive system. It is standard on this vehicle. So at slower speeds, it makes for maneuvering more easier than it seems. And when it's at higher speed, it enhances stability. Something else that's really important that I really like about driving the EQS SUV is that the driver can adjust the amount of brake regeneration. And what does that mean? You also have an automatic setting. What it means is that when you select the most aggressive level of brake regeneration, the EQS will slow down quickly as soon as you lift your feet off the accelerator. Now, this is really important because it enables one pedal driving. What does that mean? In high traffic or busy traffic in the city, it comes in handy because when the leg is off the accelerator, the vehicle quickly slows down. This is one important feature that the EQS SUV Mercedes 2023 comes to have. So how far can you go on a full charge when driving the EQS 450 or the 580 Mercedes-Benz 2023? Well, for the 450, Mercedes says it can take up to 325 miles to 375 miles per full charge. This is very great because it enables this vehicle to compete with the Tesla Model S and the BMW iX, even for a very large SUV as it is. And for the 580 model, it can go up to 290 miles per charge. That is really very great. Now, what are some of the interior features of the EQS that will bring comfort to drivers? Here is something that I really like. If you like your iPhones or your laptops, you will get the same feeling when you step inside the EQS SUV. The SUV has a fingerprint sensor with the ability to recognize up to 7 programmable driver profiles. This is something that is really exciting. Even the center console itself has a magnolia wood panel that has a 3-point star laser etched into it, and then some multiple cavities that are filled with stainless steels, and all these details define the cabin of the EQS SUV. Very high tech, very opulent. It's a very nice vehicle. There's something else. Naturally, it comes with a panoramic sunroof that is made with high quality material. Do you also know that the EQS has an optional high efficiency particulate air filter that is under the hood? This is very important because, hey, it captures bacteria, viruses, and allows the occupant to enjoy full fragrance of a balanced package. Mercedes calls this number 6 mode Mimosa. That is a very nice feature on the EQS. Here is something else that you would like to know. The 2023 EQS 450 SUV has a 12.3-inch instrument cluster for the driver and a 12.8-inch infotainment touchscreen that is vertically set for the passengers. The 580 model comes with an impressive MBUX hyperscreen. This is optional on the 450 variant also. Here's something else that is really very important. The vehicle comes with an electric motor, and so it takes less room than the combustion engine that we see in other vehicles. More importantly, the battery is placed under the floor, and so this gives ample space for the interior of the EQS SUV. Very generous. The seats behind the front row seat slides and reclines, courtesy of the electric models. And not only that, they also split and fold in a 40-20-40 manner, so the legroom increases from 33 to 38 inches. It's not the same thing as the GLS, but very comfortable for the occupants. And not only that, also the occupants have the option to enjoy their entertainment system that is set for the passengers. If you have the two-row configuration of the EQS, the luggage area is between 23 to 31 cubic feet. That is enough space for about 4 golf bags. That's what Mercedes-Benz says. Now, if the second row is folded, then the cargo increases to about 74 cubic feet. This is really great. Now, the third row seating is optional in the 2023 EQS SUV, but what happens is when you have the third row seat, then it has the potential to at least house about 7 passengers. The third row seat is a little small, but average male size couple can actually fit in the third row seat for a while. And the third row seat comes with an optional heated seats for comfort. Now the minimum luggage area is around 7 cubic feet. However, when the third row seat is folded, this increases to 71 cubic feet. So it's really standard, very nice. And one important feature, when you open the trunk at the back of the EQS SUV, it's as tall as 6.5 feet. And so you're able to load and unload your vehicle without bumping your head on something. So here are some favorite features of the EQS 450 and 580 2023 Mercedes-Benz. The first is the navigation system with electric intelligence. This is an extreme clever infotainment system with artificial intelligence. In fact, when in use, it considers the charging requirements of any route that is calculating. It factors in things like the weather, the topography, the traffic, the average speed, and even the charging cost. And then there is the Mercedes-Benz User Experience Hyperscreen, or the MBUX. This has about 3 different displays that are set into one massive 56-inch unit that's covered with scratch-resistant cut glass. A very beautiful display. There is a 12.3-inch instrument cluster, a 17.7-inch OLED infotainment touchscreen, and a 12.3-inch OLED touchscreen for the front passenger. That is very unique, and I know most drivers of this Mercedes-Benz really love this. And here are some of the standard features that actually come with the vehicle. First is the 20-inch alloy wheels. Very standard on both vehicles. The LED exterior lighting. It has the adaptive air suspension, keyless entry and keyless start, It has a heated ventilated front seat, leather upholstery, and a premium panoramic sunroof. I call it premium. It's a very beautiful panoramic sunroof that comes with this vehicle. Again, the infotainment system has a 12.8-inch touchscreen that comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration. It has a wireless charging, 6 USB ports in one vehicle. It has a natural voice recognition, the navigation with augmented reality, and a 15-speaker surround system. That's not all. For the driver, there's a set of driver assistant features that are added to this vehicle. One of them is the forward collision warning system with automatic emergency braking. It has a cross traffic function, blind spot monitoring system with active braking inputs if necessary, and of course, here is one that I really like: the self parking for parallel and perpendicular spaces. Beautiful. It also has a 360-degree camera system and adaptive cruise control. Here are some additional features of the 2023 EQS 450 and 580 Mercedes-Benz. It has the front massaging seat with rapid heating, the third row seat, an executive rear seating package, the 4-zone or 5-zone automatic climate control, a head-up display with augmented reality, and gesture control. There is an acoustic comfort package with added insulation against noise, heat, and infrared light. This saves the climate control system of the vehicle from working so hard, and this also saves energy for the vehicle. Now for the engine, a single permanently excited synchronous electronic motor turns the rear wheel of the 450 model, and like I said before, it produces about 355 horsepower with 419 pound-feet of torque. For the 580 4MATIC SUV, there is something different. It has two electric motors that drives a front-wheel drive with variable system between the axles, and these actually puts out about 536 horsepower and 633 pound-feet of torque. Something else, both models of this SUV has or uses the 107.8 kilowatt lithium battery pack that has a 10-year warranty or 155,000 miles. This is really great. It's whichever comes first, either the mileage or the years. Now, what about charging? Well, if you are using the home system with a 240 volt supply power, it will take about 11.25 hours, 11 hours 25 minutes to go from 10% to 100%. But if you are charging with DC5, the fast charger, it will take just 31 minutes to go from 10% to 80%. So a full charge will take you less than an hour. So this is really important and very great on the Mercedes-Benz. So here is something that's really very unique to the 2023 Mercedes EQS SUV. It's all about safety, the safety technologies that are built into this vehicle. The first one is the pre-saved impulse side. What does that mean? It means that in a tiny fraction of a second, just before a side impact occurs, the system is designed to move the driver or the front passenger away from the point of impact. Yes, it is capable of moving the front seat occupants by about 2.75 inches away from the point of impact, and it does this by inflating the seat's side bolsters. And so this moves both the driver, either the driver or the front seat passenger, away from that point of impact. And the good news is these can save lives. Some people might think 2.75 inches is very little, but I tell you something, in a crash, that much space is enough to save someone's life. And the good news is this feature is standard on both models or both variations of this Mercedes-Benz. Here's another one, route-based speed adaptation, where the vehicle comes with an adaptive cruise control, where the adaptive cruise control uses the navigation data to anticipate when things like off-ramp, toll booths, curves, and even junctions are coming up, and automatically reduces the speed of the vehicle accordingly. This is also a safety feature that you'll come to love. And the last one is the active blind spot assist system. Now, the blind spot monitoring system comes with active braking to prevent the driver from making any unsafe lane changes. And so the system is designed to apply the brake just on one side of the vehicle in order to bring it back to its original lane. This is a very great feature because it keeps the vehicle on its lane, it keeps you safe, and it keeps you driving.